Hello, second grade. It's Miss Jessica. I'm here to give you your weekly art project. I know we're not in the room or at school, so we don't have all of the supplies that we would normally have. But some of you, and probably a lot of you actually, probably have crayons and paper and pencils at home and scissors and things like that. So if you have those supplies, follow along. If you don't, do your best and try your best to follow along. Today we are going to be making an owl. I like to do a lot of the fall projects, and owls kind of remind me of the fall with their browns, and if we do oranges and stuff to color their feathers, I think it reminds me of fall. So what we're going to do is start with a paper plate. Now if you don't have a paper plate, that's fine too. You can use a piece of paper, and I'll show you how to make a circle on that, because we just need a circle. You can take a plate or a bowl or anything with a big circle on it. You're going to set it in the middle of your paper, and you're just going to trace it. Okay, when you trace your bowl, then you're just going to take a pair of scissors and you're going to cut it out. Alright, so throw that paper away, and so you have the choice. So granted, my paper here is a little bit smaller than my plate, but I'll show you with both so that you can see what we're going to do. Now our first step is actually going to involve folding our circle, and so if you have the paper, you're just going to fold it over, and you might remember having done this with clay last year. You're not going to fold it all the way in half. You're just going to fold it so it kind of makes one of the wings, and you're going to do that on both sides. So you're going to think about how far you want your wings folded in. You see how I have this space right here? That's important because you want to be able to see your owl's belly. So now I've got my two sides folded. If you're using a paper plate, you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to have it plate side up. You're going to fold it over on one side, fold it over on the other side, and you have the same thing. Okay, now we're going to make the head. So this, you're going to choose which side is your top. It's the same both ways, and you're going to take that and you're going to fold it over so that you have the head. Okay, now if you're doing that on your paper plate, you're going to do the same thing over here. You're just going to fold it over so it's even on both sides, and then you have your head. See how that is? It kind of flips up a little bit, but that's okay. So now you're going to take another piece of paper, which I have here. Excuse me, guys. Lots of stuff in my throat today for some reason. Okay, so you have a piece of paper and you're going to draw out a beak. So you need to have a triangle. Now you think about how big this guy is. You're not going to want to have a great big triangle. You want to have a small triangle. So I'm going to think, oh, it needs to be about that big. So you're going to do a straight line and bring down your triangle. Now I need to draw two. This one's quite a bit bigger, so I'm going to have to make him a little bit bigger on his beak. Alright, so then I have my beak for my plate, or if you're doing a piece of paper, I have a small one. Then you're going to want to make a couple of eyes. Now, like I said, you're going to want to look at this. You're going to think, oh, how big should my eyes be? Well, I think my owl should have, is that big enough? Probably. And then you're going to have another one of the same size. Now, if you're doing the plate, you're going to want to have bigger eyes. So I'm going to do a couple of circles on here that are quite a bit bigger than my other ones. Okay, and then you're gonna, I'm just gonna give them, go ahead and draw the little circles on the inside, make his eyes look one way or the other. Okay, and then you're gonna cut all your pieces out. Okay, so we have all of our pieces for our different owls. Of course, I'm going to separate these. So we've got our beak and our eyes for our small owl, if you're doing a small owl, and our beak and our eyes for our big owl. And then if you have a glue stick or white glue, if you don't have a glue stick, see if you can find something. You can take, oh, not those, I need these. You're going to take your eyes first. You're going to put a couple little dots of glue on there. You're going to get your eyes. You're going to glue your eyes on. Now you can't see them very well, but don't worry, that's why we're going to color it later. And then you're going to glue your beak on. Now you don't want to get any glue on over that flap because it's actually like a flap for a reason. So now I've got, don't worry, that glue that's purple, it will turn back to clear when it's done. So now you've got that guy. And now over here I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a couple blobs of glue for where the eyes are going to go. I'm going to glue my eyes on. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here. And that is where, if I can pick it up, I'm going to glue my beak on. Kind of turn my eyes a little bit so I can see them a little bit better. There we go. Yeah, I know I got some messy glue on there, but that's okay. So now you've got, if you did the paper owl, you've got this guy right here. And if you've got the paper plate owl, you have him. And then you're going to just take crayons and you're going to decorate your owl however you want. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use a Sharpie so you can see this a little better. I'm going to trace my beak and my eyes so that you can see them. It's a little bit better. I bet that's a lot better, isn't it? I'm going to do the same thing up here. Trace my eyes. See, if you don't have glue, you can always just draw your eyes on there too. That's another idea you can use. I'm going to trace my beak on this one. Oh my goodness, this beak jumped off the page. I hate it when the beak jumps off the page. There we go. I'm sorry about that, guys. I had to take a little bit of a break because my camera ran out of space. So my phone ran out of space, so I had to spice these videos up a little bit. So you have, where we left off was our two owls, and now you get to color them. Now, the best way that I'm going to show you how to do it is I'm going to just show you with a Sharpie. You don't have to have a Sharpie. You can have a black crayon when you can do this. What I like to do is I like to open my little birdie up a little bit, and it's easy to put back together, and I just like giving him some feathers, little U shape. They go all over the place. Give him some feathers, and then we close him back up. Easy to close up. Look at that, he's got some feathers. So the same thing on the little guy over here that we did. If you just want to give him some little feathers, just little tiny U shapes. Nothing fancy. He doesn't need anything super fancy. He's an owl who doesn't care about the fancy things in life, and you just close those wings and that head back up, and look at that, you have your owls. Now all you gotta do is use some crayons and color it, make it how you want. Maybe take a picture of it and send it to me or post it on your seesaw, and then maybe I can look at it later. I would love to see, or at least show your teacher what you did for specials. I hope you guys have fun with it. I'm gonna color it here on camera so you can see it, and I will see you guys next time, okay? Here's some coloring.